Canes fans, what is going on? For the first time in 3 weeks, we have Canes football. This is the another
Yes.
episode of the Sixth Ring, Miami Hurricane show. Pregame for Duke. I'm joined by Danny Gillette and also a special guest and a UF fan, Manny Chang. How's it going, guys?
It's going
No,
well.
I'm only here because your compadres can't seem to make time, unlike me. So I'm just
Ooh.
here to be very, very supportive.
God damn, you should have a secret. Um, so let's talk about what the news that just came out. So Miami is going to be without 15 players for Duke, which is insane to me because, well, I mean, and granted that COVID is
Hmm.
kind of out of control of some of you know in certain ways, but it's just that now there's more players out for this game than the Virginia Tech game, which they played 3 weeks ago. And you'd think that, they'd have more players available, but there's still a lot of big names on this list. I'm going to name some of them. Al Blades, who did start the season as a starting cornerback, he's out. Sam Brooks, sophomore linebacker. Uh, John Ford, who they just recently promoted to starting defensive tackle, or at least one of the starting defensive tackles, is out. Or no, or Ford was the starting defensive tackle. Excuse me, I'm so with my words. He's out. Jared Harrison Hunt is out. Let's see. Avery Huff is out. Zach McLeod is also out. There's a lot of big names out, and I mean, I'm still weirded out just because like they barely played. Well, at least they were close to just skipping the Virginia Tech game. Miami was just really close, but they decided, hey, let's just make it happen. Let's make it work, and they pulled it out. I don't know how the hell they made this work. So Danny, let me get your thoughts on this long list of players, and how do you think the Canes should go about it?
Well, look, it kind of fits in with the theme of the game. This was a game that was just recently scheduled in comparison to all the other games on the schedule. And, Miami is definitely going to be in for a little bit of a challenge. I would kind of play it conservatively in this game. I don't think this is a game where Miami is going to have to play perfect football. I think this Duke team, to be perfectly honest, isn't very good. Chase Bryce, um, I've been watching some film on him. He doesn't wow me, but I think Miami is going to have to rely on the running game tonight just because the running game, just in the game of football, has been something that can balance the game and keep drives going and keep momentum going. So I think we're going to see a lot of running the football. I think King is going to have an impact in this game, and I think the defense is going to have to step up. But I still think that Miami can win this game and win it in convincing fashion.
I agree too. I think I'm with you with that. I don't think that Duke is really a formidable opponent. But then again, I may eat my words because, of course, Miami has a tendency past 2 3 years of playing down to the competition. We are all infuriated and annoyed by that. But we'll see. I mean, there's a lot of guys that have to step up, in my opinion. First off, you're missing John Ford and Jared Harrison Hunt, who are pretty much your two main starters. So you have Nesta Silvera that'll be starting, but there's going to be guys like Jalar Hawley, maybe even true freshman Elijah Roberts, who hasn't really gotten playing time at all. I think he might have to step in, and also a cornerback where I mean we're already thin as is, but to have Blades completely out, to Corey Couch, I'm assuming is definitely going to play 90% of the snaps. But I mean, it kind of comes down to true freshmen. Are Marcus is Marcus Clark going to play? Is Isaiah Dunson going to play? And hopefully they don't get gassed. And especially and also linebackers. I'm counting one, two, three, four linebackers are out for this game for
Jesus.
Miami. Yeah, and I mean, and the thing is, I wish Brooks was there to play, but that's not going to happen. So I mean, that leaves what guys like Wayman Steed definitely has to step up. I know he's been kind of he's been solid at times, but hopefully he can make up for the loss. And it's a tough scenario, and I mean it's also a primetime game. I mean, it's not really nationally televised. It's on the ACC network. But Manny, I know you're still relishing over the Gators win.
Yeah.
Um,
No, but you
but
know what, Paul, I'm not. Listen, I'm a realistic fan. Listen, it's great to beat Tennessee, like another rival. But let's talk, quickly about the Canes, though, man, because now this to me is just more than just being rivals. I mean, listen, when you still can't get a hold of your team to be under COVID, that to me seems like an issue. There's another team in this town, FIU, that still has no idea how to handle it. And they probably no, they canceled their game again this past weekend. They might have to cancel next week's game, so that makes almost like a total month of you as a staff. You are unable to control this. And my thing is this, right? At some point, Manny Diaz can be the blame. At some point, your coaches, which I'm pretty damn sure, because they work and they bust their ass every week to put you in the best position to win football games. I'm pretty sure they're not like, okay, I'm okay about not playing. No, I'm pretty sure the entire game plan they've been looking at for their opponent for that week has been totally scratched. And now you mean to tell me that there's depth issues going on because 4 linebackers are out. You have a couple linemen that seem to be the same guys time in and time out once again are still testing positive. This now to me becomes a player issue, and it sucks that I say that, but it's college athletes again. And I wish we had Jock here because I would love to get his perspective on this. 1 or 2 weeks, I understand. It happens to everybody. 3, 4, 5? Nah, my man. You got something that's going on there that either people don't care, they realize that their shot to Charlotte is doomed, or they don't care. I don't know what other reason that could be.
All of the above.
Or you're right. It could be all the above times 1,000. And that's an issue for me because you have a fan base, a very passionate fan base out here that understands the situation. But you see how Florida was able to control it. You see how Ohio State was able to control theirs. Okay, games have been canceled for Ohio State, not because of them, it's because their opponents can't seem to get it together. But when Miami and FIU, bro, 2 teams that are very close by, can't seem to get this under control, that's very concerning to me. And I hope, these guys in Canes uniforms go out there because they want to be there and not because they feel like, listen, I could still come back next year. Because now I read something where all seniors, they have an opportunity who are on scholarship, they could come back the following season. Is that maybe something why they're saying, listen, why am I going to go out there? It's just it's very unfortunate because to me there's still a lot to be playing for this season when you have an opportunity, and for you to still not be able to get this under control, because we are all in control of our own actions, correct? So if I know that if I go here and it could possibly hurt me, and I'm a Miami Hurricane football player, geez, like I would want to shit. Excuse me, I just cursed a little bit, but
you're good.
Get you together, man.
Yeah.
Nah, sorry, I went on a rant. I'm just shocked right now that you're telling me it's 4 guys from this position, 4 guys from this position. So I'm like, dude, so what are you guys talking about when your coaches talk with you? What are you doing during the week? What is more important to you right now? Your teammates, your coaches, or are you trying to be selfish and going out there and not really caring? Because if that's the case, my man, hey, peace. We'll see you.
Yeah.
We don't need those type of commitments right now. So
and now it's going to be interesting to see, what Miami has for depth or what they don't have for depth. This is going to be kind of a course tonight as to, what does Miami have for the future and what do they have past the starters. And this is going to be an opportunity for those guys to show that they want to be there and that they want to play. And I think it's going to be important for them in that regard. But I'm in total agreement with Manny. This stuff is ridiculous. I mean, yes, you're a college student, yes, you're a college kid, and blah blah blah. But you should want to be there for your team. You should not go to these places that are COVID hotspots and go to clubs or whatever. And if it's the same guys, and things like that, then just unexcusable in my opinion. I get that we can't see this virus and whatever, but it's still unexcusable. I mean, you still have stuff to play for, you still have a team to be there for, and you still have a community that wants to root for you guys, but it makes it hard to do so when, the same players are still testing positive for COVID.
Yeah. Agreed. Let me just clarify this again. I'm not saying that them getting COVID they should be punished or they should be, disrespected as human beings.
Right.
I'm not saying that, okay?
Me neither.
I'm
I'll
not,
clarify
I'm
that
not,
too.
I'm
Neither.
not, and neither is Danny down here either. What I'm saying is when it's been a couple of weeks, and I'm not talking about 1, 2, not even 3. Now it's 4. Now it's 5. Okay. Now it's clearly a person issue. It's a self-person issue. It's no more Coach Diaz. It's no more Baker. It's no more president of Miami trying to make sure that his students are safe. It's a you thing. So you got to look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, do I really want this? Because
Am
you
I
got
being
young guys
responsible?
out there. You have young guys out there playing tonight for the University of Miami football team that have never played snaps, but have one of the greatest opportunities that most kids don't even have in their elite career. Okay? And those are the guys that if you're sitting at home right now, not being able to play because of COVID, you should be rooting for your football team. Those players right there, because they were able to follow the rules, because they were able to man up and be more responsible, unlike you. That's all I'm saying. Because it's ridiculous.
Me too.
No, agreed. There's definitely
Cable says it best. 35 days.
That's a long time.
No more you touching a railing. It's no more you going to the bathroom without a mask. It's personal, dude. It's a me thing.
Yeah, there's still, I mean, like you said, man, they are college athletes and they're susceptible to making mistakes, but there's still a level of accountability as an adult even that goes along with, not only looking out for yourself, but, if you catch it, you could give it to teammates and that could start a whole, another mess. And we've seen it. I mean, it's COVID's kind of really taken over the sports landscape where, it's caused a lot of cancellations, a lot of postponements. And I mean, I think to give you insight, I mean, I don't know if you guys heard about how it works in the NFL, is that when a game is canceled, they don't get paid.
Right now, though, too, man. That league is having football on Wednesday afternoons.
Yeah, and they push back that game like 2 or 3 times, too. But if a game doesn't get played, they don't get paid. That's the thing. They don't get paid. And if a team, I think there's a thing where, like they said, if one team forfeits, then I'm not sure if the winning team still gets paid or it's some weird mess like that. And I mean, money I guess is not a thing with college sports, but it's still kind of like a it's still kind of looking out for your teammates, where not teammates but people around you, where we've seen how you could wear a mask 99% of the time, but that 1% can make the biggest difference and it could have the biggest impact on people around you. And it's crazy, because I think that I just don't. I mean, I don't want to. I'm not one to kind of create assumptions because I don't know what it's like within the program, or if there is a problem. But I mean, from the outside looking in, it is a big problem because this is you're kind of costing your team opportunities to win. And I mean, I know it sucks that I'm pretty sure all of us here are annoyed that we are placed in the situation where we can't do everything that we want to do. We can't party freely. Oh my God, look who it is.
Hi, Jazz.
I just wanted to show you guys that I love you. Unfortunately, you have to have this guy in orange and blue in this damn show. And it's just killing the views, it's killing the subscribers.
I mean, he's hiding the logo at least. So
I've been hiding it the whole show.
Yeah, I'll give him that. I'll give Manny that. And Manny's here.
I just wanted to show my presence, even though I'm out here at dinner at this beautiful place at Shooters Waterfront. Okay, look at that. Look at the water right behind me.
Shooters is dope. I like Shooters.
All right, but listen, tonight my prediction
has been there lately.
38-17 Canes. I have to give you my prediction really quick.
Okay.
I have to let you guys know that I think that D'Eriq King is going to have to work his magic because actually, I take that back. We're missing too many guys on defense. So I'm going to go 38-31. I think Miami's going to give up points because of that. 38-31, but I still think that D'Eriq King is going to do his thing. That's all. Manny, I still love you, by the way. Okay? I love you, bro.
Thank you, Jazz, man. Be safe out there.
Love you guys. Go Canes.
Later, man.
Take it easy, man.
Bye, Jazz.
I'm so sure Jazz did not hear a single thing I said in the first 15 minutes. I have not talked about the Gators once besides me saying that I'm I'm excited about winning the East. I'm going to Atlanta for a title game, but I'm playing Alabama in a game that we might be, probably shipped out early by halftime. But listen, to me, this whole conversation is just more than about, to me, it's just people. It's and you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm capable of talking about this because I work in the area. I work at, county parks. I see people every day not wearing a mask. Okay.
Yeah.
I go to college campuses to deliver stuff from the county. I go to 4 or 5 university sites a week for about 2-3 hours. I watch myself. I wear my mask. I have my sanitizer with me. If at any point I don't feel safe, I don't go.
Mhm.
Why? Because I still have to provide food for my family. I have a daughter. I have responsibilities. And I just sure hope that all these guys that came out positive that cannot play for this football team tonight have a little bit of self want per se of just wanting to get better. Because
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry about my French. He's getting all over.
you.
But it's just those things, man. That's the tonight to me. This conversation, 15 minutes before kickoff, is not about football. To me, it's about just being there for one another. And I hope this football team is there for one another. Because those young guys out there, they're gonna need all the support because unfortunately they're the ones who could listen. That was
Yeah.
it.
And
They're
to
gonna need
be
some
clear,
leadership.
for me, this is
Yeah.
a level of personal responsibility type of thing. I'm not blaming anybody for getting COVID. To me, it all just comes back down to the personal responsibility and doing what you need to do. If somebody gets COVID, I feel terrible. I'm not saying, oh man, you get COVID, you suck. No, not at all. This is just a personal responsibility thing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. And it's tough because I mean there are people too that do everything in the world to stay safe, even just self isolate at home, just like people that are high at risk. But it just takes like one person in your same household who goes out, maybe slips up one time for you to get it. And then it's insane. Like I have a few friends that actually did catch it, and luckily, I mean nothing serious has happened to them, but I've had a close friend of mine lose her father to COVID-19, and it sucks just because someone in their workplace had it as well. So it's a tough situation. I mean, it's man, like I mean, honestly,
Listen, I'm gonna be quite clear, right? Do you think
yeah.
these coaches want to leave their families knowing what's here? No. Do you think
Mm.
these grad students that don't get paid? Yes, they get they get shelter, they get all this stuff, but they're not getting paid because I've seen it with my eyes because I worked in equipment at FIU for 2 years. These guys sleep on couches. These guys sleep, in a couch in the main hallway of where the team works. Okay, I've seen it with my own eyes. You think these guys are traveling and doing this because just because? No, man. Like if coaches get COVID, right, and they're not responsible, I mean that right. It's their job to be responsible. So I feel like it's the player's job at this point to be responsible. And if you're not responsible, listen. I don't know the Al Blades situation. I hope to God it's nothing serious. I hope that he's made the right decision no matter what it was, and whatever happened, he had no choices of it. But man, dude, you guys got to be a little bit more adults, man. Like we're at the end of this pandemic year. And things are just not getting any better because it's the individuals that I see without a mask not really caring.
Yep.
And you don't expect that from, I want to say organization, but I don't expect that from this university. I just don't. Okay. Because you are representing, South Florida. You are representing a lot of Canes fans around the world. And you are letting a lot of them down because you want to be selfish.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And it's crazy. Well, especially, I mean, me and Manny, both of us are in South Florida right now, and I feel like every time I go to like Publix or Target or Walmart or something, I probably see at least 3 or 4 people wearing their mask, but they're not covering like their nose, which totally kind of defeats the purpose of it.
That
And
is
I'm
such
like,
the Hialeah look. That's like
yeah, especially
this is the look I get when I go get coffee at La Carreta. And they're like, hi,
exactly.
good morning. I'm like, hi.
Yo, I'm just like,
this doesn't do anything, people. It needs to be here.
yeah. I mean, if anything, they can't give it, but they can still get it because they can still breathe in the droplets. And I literally just got back home from Wendy's like literally 5 minutes ago, and the guy that gave my food had it over his mouth, not his nose. South Florida is a weird place, man. Like you see, it's insane because I've been to other cities where they totally respect the whole city.
Hey, D, does that even surprise you? Come on,
Oh,
bro.
Nope.
I've seen,
Nope. I'll be
That surprised
honest.
you, bro.
Nope. Not at all.
I've
That doesn't
seen,
surprise me.
I've seen that video of
And
the
listen,
people going to the rally.
all I know that when Biden talks to everyone, he at least has a plexiglass. There's no plexiglass where this guy's talking. So,
Oh man,
Thankfully in Massachusetts, it's like 28 degrees now. So people are using masks for warmth, but you still see people just over their mouth, no nose. And it's like, come on. Like, since
and guys,
March,
we're getting
people.
close to basketball season, right?
Yeah.
And because listen, Danny, you live in a prideful town, especially when it comes to Celtics basketball.
Mm.
If they can't get it together, listen, I'm a Heat season ticket holder. I'm really upset that I can't go to a game because we down here can't seem to understand what we need to do.
It's up here too. It's better, but it's up here too. Yeah.
So,
just
guys, listen, it's 9 minutes to a game time and stuff. Let's go ahead and talk about the game. Paul, for you first, where do you see this game going? What do the Kings need to do to come out with a W?
bro, Jazz actually just kind of brought it up. I'm really worried about the linebacker depth, and the thing is that it's crazy because like most of our veteran linebackers that we play cannot cover or at least like they're solid in run support, but they can't really cover tight ends. Like once they have to play once they have to go in coverage, it's a wrap. And then to have them out and kind of put all these young guys in a position where okay, you need to be able to play right away right now is tough. You know, I mean, then this Miami defense, I mean, it's been shaky, although I mean defenses now are a little bit different nowadays, but just the way that, you know, Miami's gone off to slow starts, especially often this season. Um, it's a little concerning. I do think Miami's still the better team. But you know, just thinking about all the guys they're missing, especially on defense, especially on the defensive line and linebacker. Um, I still think they win, but I actually am with Jazz's prediction. Just because I mean, there's not really that many offensive guys out. I mean, they get Brevin Jordan back, which is huge. The only receiver they're missing is Jeremiah Payton. They have they're pretty much their entire regular running backs available. So and also to include Navon Donaldson, who was redshirted this year, is expected to play and see snaps. So that's a good thing. So the offensive line will have a little bit more depth. But I think as long as they I want to see them come out firing all cylinders. Um, especially, you know, obviously they're 10th and they don't really have a strong chance at the CFP. I kind of still want to see them make a statement and at least show that they feel disrespected because of the whole ACC Notre Dame BS. So I think Miami does find a way to win 30-31.
If we have to watch Notre Dame in a college football playoff, I think I might just put the game on mute and just.
I'll be drinking that one away. I won't even.
They're not even in the ACC. This BS, man. They're not even in the ACC.
Yeah.
This is BS to begin with.
Danny, what do you see?
I'm gonna say 34-17 Miami, but I could see it being a lot closer. We have a lot of people out, like you guys have said, at linebacker. As a coach, having been around a football team, you like to have younger guys have their opportunities and have their moments. This is not an ideal situation. Let's be clear about that. But I'm interested to see what some of these placements can do tonight. I think it's going to come down to how well the running game plays and if they can keep drives balanced on offense and on defense. I think it's going to come down to the linebacker play and if they can seem to hold it together enough to give the offense a chance to get things going. Like I said, 34-17, but I could see it being a lot closer than that by the end of the game.
Yeah, listen, I think the offense is gonna have to carry the defense. Not saying the defense can't create turnovers, but listen, when you're missing a lot of linebackers, man, that's kind of like the heart and soul of any defense, right? So I said this on Thursday night for the preview, and I still mean it. I think King has to go out there and realize that he doesn't have many games left, man, and just go out there, lay it all out there, man. And if you got to rush for every play, rush for every play. You have plays to make down the field. What is there to lose at this point, my man? Just go out there and do them because it's not only for you, but it's for all the teammates that are playing right now that need to show all these guys back home that are here. Hey, this was for you guys and for the entire Kings Nation that has been waiting for a long time for them to play football again. So I think Yeah, it's been a month.
Yep.
I mean, it's hard to believe that the Virginia Tech game, it feels like it was last week. And no. It's been at least 20 plus days, right? So
Yeah.
I think the Canes win. Not saying it's going to be an offensive shootout because to me, Duke plays basketball, not football.
Yep, same here. Same here,
I'm
honestly.
just being serious, man. I'm sorry. Like, unless Duke can, I don't know, like score one touchdown and that all of a sudden becomes 21 points. Okay, I see where it could be difficult, but come on, man. Like, I think the young guys on this defense are still talented enough to, yes, they'll give up plays. Will they give up points? Of course, but they'll be able to create stops down the line where this offense has to be able to go out there from the opening drive and score a touchdown and set the tone. So I see them winning probably 37, 17 or something like that.
Okay.
If I see Duke even score more than 21, then I'm gonna be a little bit concerned because now it's quite clear that it's about your starters not being there. One, and about two, the young guys really don't know what they're doing, and I don't think that's the case with this this team.
Agreed.
Yep.
So I guess we're gonna. That's it for this pregame show, guys.
Will you guys be available for post?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should be. Yeah.
All right, awesome.
If you guys need my damn login, just let me know because no one said.
By the way, Canes fans, I don't know if you know this, the game's on ACC Network. I really feel bad for you guys.
Yeah, it sucks.
Every time you try to watch the game on prime time, unless it's the Florida State game, which was on ABC, every other game has been on ACC Network.
Yeah.
Hopefully
I know,
the Orange
man.
Bowl maybe won't be on ACC Network, but we're getting ahead of ourselves, or I'm getting ahead
Oh, no, that better be on national television. That better be. That's some BS.
All right, boys, enjoy the game. We'll see you after.
Yes, likewise. See you guys later.